Hey everyone, welcome back to the React series on my YouTube channel. I am Rohan, and today we are gonna explore the folder structure of React. In the last video, we created this folder structure using Create React App CLI. I hope you have read the documentation of CRA on the official page of it. So today we are gonna explore and understand what each file does and what is the user role it plays, right? First and foremost, let me stop this particular server and close this terminal, right? We are going to understand every folder out present here and files, right? So first and foremost, node underscore module. So what is this node underscore module? If you open this particular folder, you get to see lots and lots and lots of folder out here. So you need to understand that this node underscore module folder contain the dependency of your projects, right? So what happens is whenever you are building some project or anything, you require various library and dependency in your project. You install the dependency using npm or yarn that we have installed, that npm that would come with node.js to install packages in our project, and we use that packages in our project, be it any project, right? So we use that packages inside this app.js or any components we'll be creating. So after this node modules, let's move on to package.json. Once you open this package.json file, you will be seeing various things that is going around. You see this particular dependency folder out here, right? So this dependency folder out here gives you the dependency of your project. So you are building a project which have certain dependencies, right? So this is how things work. So everything will be coming under the dependency, whatever you will be installing in the React app, right? For any library or anything, it will come out here inside dependency. So React and React DOM scripts are already available with the help of CRE, but there will be some dep dependency as well. What are dep dependency? Dep dependency are the dependency will not be affecting your production code or your app code. They will just ease the development process as a developer. For example, you use various tools like ESLint, Prettier, or suppose you are testing your React app. So that is nothing to do with running a React app code, right? The styling of the, suppose there is a dependency that structure your code well, like whenever you hit save, it will format your code. That is nothing to do with the inside code thing and production code. This will just ease the development process. So that are known as dep dependencies. Suppose nodemon is a npm package which continuously runs the node server, right? So that is a dependency package. So we'll be seeing that what are dependency packages, and we'll be installing them one by one. And here you will be seeing a new title, that is dev dependencies, and inside the dependency you can add various dependencies, right? Dev dependencies. I don't recommend you to directly adding it like here, like any dependency. Do it via command line npm I something yarn I something. All right, so this is the dependency. So this dependency, whatever you are seeing, is available in this node modules folder, right? There are lots of dependency available here you are seeing, because this dependency, whatever dependency are here, are also dependent on some other dependency. So there is a relation of dependent of dependent of dependent. So whatever dependency this file are related to, everything is available out here, everything. So suppose this React is dependent on some X packages, and that X package is dependent on some Y package, and that Y package is dependent on some Z package. So everything is brought in this node module folder. So the main thing is this React. So if you go here and search React, you will definitely get a folder known as React. Go down. Let me go down a bit, and okay, you can see React. You can see this particular React folder. So whatever thing you are adding as a dependency, it will be installed and add it to the node module folder. So whatever code will be coming for node modules folder. But the main thing is we don't modify node module folder, neither we touch node module folder. We do everything with the help of CLI, right? I hope this node module folder is you are understanding this node module folder now. But first and foremost, whenever you see any GitHub repository, that node module folder are usually not pushed to the GitHub repository, because you can get the node module folder generally easily using this particular dependency. So once you do npm I, it will install this all dependency listed out here and create a node module folder itself, right? So that is the power of npm package managers. So we'll be talking about this later on as well, but I hope that is somewhat clear, right? Public folder, we usually don't touch it, okay? And it contains a index.html file. And just remember, we have a div with root id, right? This is the point where our app is injected. Like, remember, we do document.getElement by id and .inner HTML, something like that. We do something like that out here. We inject our whole app out this to the root, right? Let me close it. And these are some logos and favicon manifest file are used. Suppose if you are building progressive web app, right, there will be some background, logo, item, theme, color, things like that, but we'll be not touching this. Let's close this public file. The main folder that is available is src folder, that is a source folder. Everything inside this source folder, everything inside this source folder will be edited and can be edited, right? So whatever we do, whatever we build our app, whatever feature we add, whatever pages we build, whatever website we build, everything will be doing in this source folder. Once this source folder, you can see there is a app.css file, there is a app.js file. So you can see this app.css file is imported in this particular app.js file, right? So this is the same as HTML, but you can see some kind of odd kind of code. Why I am writing this as a function, why I am writing this as HTML inside a return. So overall idea, this is known as JSX, right? So this is the power of React. It enables JSX, which is writing HTML code inside JavaScript file with the help of React dependency, where Babel transpile down this to normal HTML. So you can write the HTML code out here and return it, and at the inside this app function, and you can call this app function anywhere. It will available as a component, right? You can call this app in the index.js. So let's talk it from the top. So this app.css is for this styling this app component. So you can see this is a function. We can tell it as a component. So this app header, app logo, whatever class name you are seeing. So in React we don't use class because it is a reserved keyword in JavaScript. So we use class name. So class name and class are same in the case of React, but class we don't need class, we read class name, right? So you can see various things out here, header, images and things like that, and this is known as our component. Whatever function you see that returns something, right, or consisting of JSS is a component. Similarly, you can build contact page contact component. For footer you can do footer component. We'll see how we can break down the components, but this is the overall thing. This is a component. You export this component, and one of the thing is this app.test is a simple test file. With the help of you can test file, but we can also delete it. That's not an issue because we'll be not testing our application, right? We are devs, we are not testers. We index.css, this is the CSS file. Those index.js, this is a logo SVG. You can understand SVG is a image format, And report web vitals, this is something like related to some testing. Again, this is also testing, right? I'll be deleting this particular file. Right? So this doesn't affect because we have only imported this out here. Let me delete it. That's it. So now you can pretty much understand easy way, right? We write JSX inside this JS file, which is kind of HTML. We import this CSS inside this, and we can develop apps like HTML, writing HTML inside JS file and exporting as a component and use it anywhere, right? So similarly, this index.js is the entry point our file, and react.dom.render. React DOM is also a dependency. You can see it is added as a dependency. We import a React DOM. React DOM generally, takes a component and inject it to some place. So you see here document.getElement by ID root that we saw in the index.html where root was available. We just inject this particular component in that particular root file. So this app is injected in this root. That's why you see entire code in the HTML page. Nothing other than that. I hope this SRC is clear. We'll be diving and creating other folders as well inside this SRC. We'll be seeing that later. And we have git ignore. If you're familiar with Git, you might know what is it. But if you're not familiar with Git, I highly recommend to check some of the videos on Git as well and understand what Git is. But typically these are the folders or file that will be not pushed to the GitHub, right? This will be ignored. That why it is git ignored. Package.json, one of the most important file. So whenever you do anything npm I some packages, this dependency will be added here. Package.json will define your project. It will have name, it will have version, it will have repository private or to, right? So it will have dev dependency, some scripts as well, and some configuration of your file. You will eventually understand what it means, but as of now you don't need to understand anything other than that it contains dependency and some information about your project. That's it. We'll be seeing that in the later on as well. There's a readme file. Readme file is generally tells the user or devs like what is this project about. When you push to this GitHub repository, the readme file will be displayed there, and devs and other people linking to your GitHub repository will understand that what this project does simply. So this is the GitHub readme file available from create react app command line, but we can simply delete it as well. That's not of an issue, and add your own things, right? Suppose I will add hello world, so you can add your own GitHub like readme md, right? And yarn log is something related to dependencies. You don't need to understand it now, but the thing is we don't touch this file as it is. You can see it is logged already. When you do anything with package.json, this yarn.log file will automatically modify in some way to do some other function like caching and all, right? So I hope this overall scenario of this folder structure is clear. I'll see next time on some other interesting videos. So I hope this React series is interesting. Let me know what you think about it. Comment down in the section, like this video and share with your friends. I will see you next time, and before leaving, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.